Hey yo, what is up? We're back with another video on the review of the entry tank into the Chinese heavy tanks with the rocket boosters. This is the BZ-58, the first tank that breaks off to the new branch of heavy tanks. And of course you've got the 3 boosters, and I wanted to show you this replay because this replay is what is kind of like encapsulates my experience with the Chinese heavy tanks, in particular this one, the BZ-58. Of course, you've got the new mechanics, the rocket boosters. You've got all 3 of them. You know, it fires for about 10 seconds and then cools down for 5 seconds, and then you can boost again for another 10 seconds. The speed without the boosters, it's pretty dismal, pretty slow. And you know, in 2022-2023 World of Tanks, speed is kind of important to how you play this game, because without speed, you're going to see in this game especially, it's going to show you exactly why speed is so important. Mobility is important in World of Tanks. 2022-2023 games are quick. You need to be quick. We've already lost 1 light tank on the western side. The Chaffee is no longer alive. He's gone, and it looks like they are speed rushing our cap. It looks like the AMX 12T, if you look at the mini map, he's already into our base and he's going to try to destroy 2 of our artilleries while nobody is paying attention to him. Now I was thinking of rushing this SMCCC and try to face hug him and fight him face to face, but then the BZ-58 on the enemy team made it up to this corner and I decided to pull back the SVMCCC shot, and I decide to take my chance and cross now after he's crossed. So I'm going to try and approach this on the other side of the castle, and I noticed there's a KV-2R in the open, and I'm going to try and shoot at him here. I made a bad shot there. I kind of like aiming at his turret, but he drove past my gun reticle and I completely missed him. But anyway, this tank 320 damage at tier 7, reloads at about what is the reload time? 12 seconds, about 10 seconds, 11 seconds if you have all your skills. Basically in this tank, in tier 7 matchup, you really don't need to fear anyone. You can just drive forward and be as aggressive as you want, because this is a pretty good tank in terms of brawling, in terms of fighting. You have enough turret armor to fend off against almost any tank in tier 7. Even in tier 8, you can comfortably fight with tier tanks in tier 8, no problem. My average damage and average performance on the BZ-58 is actually better than the T832 that I just reviewed a couple of days ago. You see me here being aggressive. I'm just fighting off any tank that I need to fight. It is not a problem. The only problem is I do not have mobility, I do not have speed, I do not have reload. I am just shooting as often as I can, as often as my reload can give me. I'm just going forward and I'm trying to be as aggressive as I can. But we are 9 apiece. You can see that we are losing our base. We have only an Achilles in our base, and there is a 44-1 that is already attacking that Achilles and then going to cap. There's a KV-2R already at our base. The Caro is dead. Our 44 is dead. It is only me. It is the ISU, this Cromwell with me, the 88. Nobody is going back to the base to defend it. The Cromwell could have done it if he was paying attention, but unfortunately he's trying to get damage for himself. You know, I can't fault him. Maybe he's, you know, inexperienced. Maybe, you know, he's a unicum trying to get damage for himself and trying to pad his stats or whatever. But, you know, this is what it is. This is what low tier gameplay is. Nobody really cares about, you know, what's going on in the map. and without mobility I could not do anything about it. We got capped out. Game is over. I did manage to do 3.7k damage, you know, did pretty good for myself, but you know, this is my experience in tier 6, tier 7 gameplay. There is not much you can do, which is why I say, you know, mobility is very important, especially in, you know, if you want to carry the game, if you want to make effective change in the game, if you want to do something good, you need to have the speed to be able to do it. Without the speed to do it, you're in a slow, cumbersome heavy tank. You can't do jack about it. Now on Studenski, the second map, why am I going to the A line instead of going to the heavy line right down the middle of the train tracks? Well, I'm paying attention to the loadout. What I'm seeing is there is no artillery. So when there is no artillery, that means the A line up top here is going to be very safe from artillery. I could be very aggressive with my turret armor. No one can actually penetrate me or do damage to me if I play the hull down game correctly. There is no issue for me being here because there is going to be no artillery peppering me, and you know, I know I can be very strong in this position. So what I'm doing is just taking my time and farming out all the tanks that I can see, and you know, everyone that's in front of me is just going to be a victim because you know, I am basically in safe position. I know no one can touch me as long as my team does not melt on the south or at my base. There is no reason why we should lose this game. Now it is not a foregone conclusion that my team or I will win this game because I came into this position, but I read the game early. As soon as we loaded into the game, I saw that there was no RT, and as long as there's no RT, this A line, you can easily be king if you have a tank that has some kind of turret armor, which I do. The only thing I don't have is speed and mobility, but I have turret armor. So you know, these guys can't do anything to me as long as I am not exposing my my hull or my lower plate. If I'm just poking out with my turret, nobody can do anything about this. And in fact, my team we are already up 3 tanks and over 2.7k damage. I have a problem here dealing with the Jack Panther, and I was also shot at by an ISU, which is or not an ISU, an SU-152, which is on the train tracks right where I am pinging the map right now, because I bounced the shot with my turret from him. So I'm kind of like stuck here because I can't really advance and be aggressive with that SU-152 pointing his gun at me. I could easily lose 700 hit points from that tank. So I'm contemplating and thinking about what I could do here, and you know, we are up 4 tanks and up 4,000 hit points. There's really no urgency for me to, you know, make a play at the moment. I just need to be safe from that Jack Panther in front of me, that light tank in front of me that's going to spot me, and from that SU-152 at the train tracks that probably has his gun pointing at me. I'm a little bit annoyed at our Super Chefy because I wanted him to be up here with me trying to spot or at least get my back or something, but I made a little bit of a mistake here. I forgot that I could be up against the red line right here and be safe from that SU-152 while being aggressive, while I can be aggressive against the Jack Panther. So I just rediscovered this position here. I can be safe from the tanks that are at the back sniping, and I can use my hull down position here to spot out the Jack Panther, or even try to do some damage on my own. And while I am pushing him backwards, my team in the middle of the map, the SU-100M1, you know, can actually shoot him out or try to support me. But there you go, SU-152 is now spotted, so that tank is probably in a vulnerable position. He's on the train tracks, he's moved forward a little bit. He's not on this side, he's actually on the other side, and my teammates have killed out that Jack Panther, so now I can push forward and actually take out the AMX-12T here with one shot. I can be hulled down against the SU-152. I can focus my attention on this Thunderbolt. It looks like the T-25AT shot at me from the middle of the map, and I have my eyes on him and I can easily go through him, and I'll just stay safe from him. We are up 11-2, up 7,000, about 700,000 damage. Very easy game. When you're in a tank like the BZ-58, you don't really need to fear anybody. You can just about go anywhere you want to. Just pick out a position where you can do as much damage as possible and help your team win. We have already won this game. This game is already over just like that, 15-3, and I've done about 3,000 plus damage. Very easy game, easy tank to play. This tank is very popular, I'm assuming, because it's going to be easy tank to play, and really nothing to fear. Nobody that you fear in tier 7. The only thing you fear is your lack of mobility, so you need to be mindful of where you are going and where you're positioning yourself. Preferably somewhere in the middle of the map is best, because from there you are closer to everything else. If you're like me going flanking around, then it might be detrimental to your winning chances. But hope you enjoyed this video and took some useful information for that BZ-58, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.